What's up, railroaders? Inside of this box, we've got some trains to look at that will be for sale at my model train store. If you've been watching the recent videos, you will remember I got a collection of O-scale that was entirely cabooses, and I think that's what this is, except this time we're gonna be only looking at HO cabooses, but I think that every item in this box is a caboose, and I'm excited to see exactly what kind of cabooses we have to look at. So let's pop this thing open and see what is inside. All right, it is very rare that I get collections where it's all one kind of car. I think it's actually fun because we get to see a lot of different styles, brands, and variations of, you know, one sort of piece of rolling stock. So I'm excited to see what cabooses we have in this collection. We'll grab this first. This is definitely a common one that we've had many times. This is the, you know, sort of road nameless model power caboose that literally just says caboose on the side. That is how generic this thing is. This is a pretty mediocre piece of rolling stock here. Might end up in Worthless Trains Part 3, to be honest. Yeah, I'm seeing really nothing special about this. I've had a lot of these before. I do think the slogan, "A man alert is seldom hurt," has always been funny, but yeah, nothing too much to write home about there. So I think everything else in this collection might be a little bit cooler. Here is another very common one of the 90s Bachmann cabooses, or maybe 80s, depending on what set this came with. Again, the Union Pacific caboose, you know, super generic, super common, but hey, not too bad. At least that has a road name versus the last one. We'll grab this model power one here. This is actually a one that I have not had many times before, the chassis system caboose. Some of these older model power cars, the paint is kind of dull on them. You can see that it's sort of bleeding through into the yellow. The blue is not very pronounced, especially on the cupola there, but I do love chassis systems, so we will give that a pass. There are a couple items in this that are sort of the specific reason I bought it, which I will definitely point out once we get to it. This is another ultra common one. Like, I always have these in the store. I think I have like 5 or 6 of these in the store right now. Like, kind of dark red Bachmann Santa Fe caboose. Definitely another candidate for Worthless Trains. That's like a $3 car right there. Here is one that I've never had and definitely my favorite so far. The Pennsylvania caboose by Mahano, using the same tooling as the classic Tyco ones. These Mahano and IHC cars have been selling super well recently, though. I think it's because they're budget cars, but there's a bit of a wider selection of them, which is cool. But all the ones that I got in that video like a month ago are all already gone, so that's pretty cool. Here is one that definitely caught my eye in the listing, and I know that it is, yeah, it's the Lifelike caboose. I know, not the best, right? But I do love the CP Rail Pac Van logo, but holy cow, is that paint just rough on there. I mean, that's not very pronounced at all. And it's also, the black lettering is kind of bleeding through the yellow as well. You can see it's a little bit spotty, but I do like CP. I do love anything with the Pac-Man logo on it, and I have not had this car before. So that's kind of one that caught my eye for sure, one of the slightly more unique ones. Here's a Lionel HO caboose. This one I've had before as well. This is the Burlington Northern one that kind of goes with their GP30. That was in that Johnny Cash commercial way back in the day. I should probably do a video on model train commercials sometime, because there's definitely some cool ones to watch there. On the back here, we've got the Daylight, which I think is just the Bachmann, or yeah, the Bachmann tooling, I'm pretty sure. GP9, Alco, and funnily enough, I think a lot of these are pictures from like their O-scale stock, which is weird. That almost looks like a Marx sketch up there. That's very peculiar, but Lionel HO stuff is kind of a cool little oddity, so definitely happy to have that. And here we have probably my favorite thing in the whole lot, really one of the reasons I got it, a great little Western Maryland caboose, and this is my favorite paint scheme of Western Maryland. I love the circus scheme. I've actually also had both of those come through the store, funnily enough, but neither of those, unfortunately. That's kind of a weird Pennsylvania paint scheme there, isn't it? That actually exists in real life? You guys gotta let me know. But big fan of that caboose. I don't think that was everything that was supposed to be in that lot, to be honest, but I'll go figure out, get to the bottom of that. But in the meantime, guys, if this video ends here, thank you for watching. If it doesn't, I'll cut to more trains right now.